Hey guys, welcome to the Art of Plating. In this series, we're going to talk about some plating techniques that'll help you take your game to the next level. Keep your friends coming back for more, keep them in awe, and show them the new techniques that you learned right here. I've spent the last 22 years in the restaurant world, so you don't have to lift a finger. Just sit back, relax, watch the show, and enjoy. Alright guys, today on the Art of Plating, we're really just talking about some ad hoc techniques on plating. There are no rhyme or reasons to these two dishes, but rather just to have some fun with it. We're going to start off with a halibut dish with some spring vegetables, and then move into a play on peas and carrots. See what happens. Stay tuned. Alright, so we've got our cauliflower puree. And all we did is we broke down a head of cauliflower, we blanched it in some water, some salt until it's super soft. We're going to strain it out. We're going to multitask here, or the bowl is anyways. All right, boom, strain the rest. We're going to reserve a little bit of the liquids that we cooked it in to help it blend through. And then we're gonna add some heavy cream and then turn it into a nice cauliflower bisque. It's gonna stand up on the plate. It'll be great. Here we go. A little salt in there. All right, so we have the cauliflower in the blender, some of the liquid on the side so that we can use it to help the blade spin. All right. So it doesn't want to spin. What do? We just add a little bit more liquid. We have our heavy cream here. Gonna add it on the side, let it run down into the bottom of the pitcher. Turn it on again, see what happens. Gonna add a little bit. All right, there we go. The cauliflower bisque is ready. Velvety smooth. It's gonna go really nice with the halibut. Get rid of that. All right, everything else we've got pretty much ready to go. What do we have here? We have some zucchini and carrot ribbons. And all we've done is we've taken a mandolin, we sliced them lengthwise, super thin, and then we've salted them. And so what that does is it pulls out some of the liquid, essentially cooks the vegetable, and then we took it and we rolled it up. This is where the pinky up stuff starts happening. So slice it lengthwise just so it's a little more manageable here. Actually, I'm gonna go with this piece here, nice kind of 1/2 inch. And we just roll it. All right, that's gonna add some freshness to the dish. It's also gonna add some nice, beautiful colors as well. And then we have some sunchoke chips that we've just sliced, fried off. We have some Romanesco that we've blistered in the pan. Just get a little charred flavor going on. Romanesco is a cross between cauliflower and broccoli, so it has some flavor components of both. And it looks like they had a little baby there, so cute. And then we have some smoked paprika, and really this is gonna add some smokiness to the dish and some contrast on the plate. And then we have our beautiful Alaskan halibut here, the star of the show. First run of the season here, can't get much better than this. All right, let's season it up. And in true form of the style of this dish, look at the size of this, right? Super frou-frou, fancy, pinky up sized pieces of fish. All right, we have just a little olive oil in the pan, presentation side down. You hear that nice sizzle of the pan, that's what you want to hear. We're going to put the thickest part of the fish to the outside of the pan because it's a hotter part of the pan. The inside of the pan isn't quite as hot, so we're going to put the thin piece of the fish or the chicken or the steak or whatever on the inside, and it'll cook evenly that way. All right, let's get wiped up here, washed up. We have our pan on high. Now we're going to drop the temperature a little bit, and we're going to cook it for a few minutes on each side. We're going to pull it out, let it rest, plate it. It'll be great. Check it out. Trusty fish spatula here again. Can't leave home without it. Most valuable tool in the kitchen. Let's press the fish down into the pan. That nice even sear here. All right, we've got a few sprigs of thyme and a few pads of butter we're going to add as well. That one tried to escape. Get back in there. All right. All right, you can smell that butter, the thyme frying off in the pan. Are you getting hungry yet? I know I am. All right, we're gonna throw this into the pan, skin side down, the presentation side. We're not gonna flip it. And what that's gonna do, it's gonna give us a really deep golden brown sear on one side only, and then the rest of it will be nice, flaky, fork friendly. When we come back, we're gonna put all this together. We're gonna pull the fish out of the oven and plate it. Check it out, stay tuned. Welcome back. We're just about to take the fish out of the oven and start plating. All right, let me grab a plate here to let it rest. All right, so we seared only one side, and what that's gonna do is just give us a beautifully golden brown crust here. Check that out. All right, we always want to let it rest on a separate plate other than what we're going to plate our final product on. And you can see why. We've got some of this residual oils from the pan, maybe some of the herbs, some of the funky stuff that we don't want to see on that final product. So we'll just set that right there and have some fun with it. So this is just free form. We're going to make some different shapes, colors, textures, directions, all of that, and see what happens. Don't worry, I watched a YouTube video. It's gonna be great. All right. Got another little component. We're gonna add some crispy duck skin for some texture. Duck chicharrones. Can't go wrong with that. All right, so now we have all of our components here. We've got the nice little bonus of some chopped up crispy duck skin that we had laying around. And this is really just about free form on the plate. Let's talk about some different directions, textures, linear motion, negative space, of course, gotta have that, and see what happens. All right, let's get us a little puree going here. Maybe some of our little swirlies in the picture. Some of the Romanesco, looks like it could be fun on the plate as well. When we add things, we want them to look as if they're still growing out of the ground. I know it sounds crazy, it's picked, it's roasted, how can that be? But let's shoot for it. All right, let's add some of our texture here. Really gonna play well at the end of the day. And what else do we have? We could do another little. Right. Let's add some sunchoke chips in there. A lot of times these purees are almost just glue on the plate, right? They're just acting as something to hold everything to the plate so it doesn't fly away, especially when you go to plate it and serve it. If you're walking to the client and everything spills over to the side, all that work is down the drain. So let's do something to help with that. All right, got a little sunchoke chip there. There we go. Let's add some herbs into the party as well. That's gonna give it some nice greenery. It's definitely a mixed balance of placing things where you want them, but without it looking contrived or placed. So that's the trick. See that guy? It looks like it's springing to life. All right, star of the show, the halibut. So now it's had time to rest. It's released some of its resting liquids onto the plate. There we go. Seems like a good home for it. Why not? How about some nice sprigs of thyme? I want some more crunchies on there as well. Use my hands to direct it up under the halibut. This is definitely the time where you have to just stop, pull back from it a little bit and say less is more. Let's not go overboard. We'll add a few more things, call it a day. Some more of our paprika, really just creating a few moments of interest throughout the plate. I'm gonna wipe this up a bit. Add a little salt, a little bit of olive oil, just to make it shine, get that richness in the plate, and there you have it. So we have spring roast halibut, some springtime vegetables in the zucchini, the carrots, the Romanesco, some crunchification with the sunchoke chips, and the crispy duck skin crumbles as well. All right, enjoy guys. All right guys, we're gonna do another dish that's really just talking about plating concepts. Throughout this season, we've talked about different things from comfort food, a few other dishes that are a little more elevated on the plating scale, and this is gonna be one of those as well. All right, we're gonna start with this carrot puree. This is gonna be a vegetarian dish. Could even be vegan for all of our plant-based friends out there. We definitely love what you do. We have a lot of plant-based clients. All right, so carrots in the blender. I'm gonna go ahead and call it. We'll need that amount of liquid. That's how good my guessing game is. And start it on low. All right, now we have our carrot puree almost done. We're gonna add a little fat to the party to make it nice and smooth consistency. You can see now, it looks clumpy, right? Doesn't look refined at all. So what we're gonna do is add that in the form of olive oil. All right guys, we have our carrot puree, a nice smooth consistency, looks great. Let's give it a taste, see if all that hard work was worth it. Love a carrot puree, it's so simple but so delicious. It looks great. All right, let's wipe out our bowl. If that doesn't look like a big bowl of baby food, I don't know what does. It's gonna taste great though, just wait. Let's have some fun with this one. All right, when we come back, we're gonna go right into plating. We're gonna use some different techniques that we've talked about before. Stay tuned. All right guys, Chef David here, The Art of Plating. This is the episode where we're gonna have a little more fun with it. We're gonna redefine the whole new term of don't play with your food, throw it out the window, and let's get our hands dirty and see what happens. For this one, I'm gonna throw on an apron because it's about to get real. All right. Don our protective gear here, and let's see what happens. So, all right, we have our beautiful carrot puree that is literally just carrots, salt, olive oil, some of the braising liquid that it cooked in, done. We have a nice, silky, smooth consistency. And are you ready for this? We're just gonna throw it onto the plate. How beautiful is that, right? All right, let's get cleaned up. Can you believe I put on this apron for nothing, right? I was so worried, mess up the chef whites, didn't even happen. If I wouldn't have had on the apron, it would have went all over me, so that's the way it works. All right, let's get some veggies on the plate. Let's get some spoons in the mixture here and see what happens. So this is really just, we're going off of what the plate tells us. Where did the splatter land? How does it look? And we're just gonna have some fun with it. I have no idea what I'm doing here, just so you know. All right, maybe I do, we'll see. Let's add some carrots, as it is, you know, a carrot dish. Let's add some feta. Feta and carrots are better. And some pomegranate. This is really gonna give a nice flavor, pop, crunch, acidity to the dish. We're really just kind of going wild with it. No rhyme or reason. There is, but we'll see. We'll see how it ends up. Same thing with some peas. Let's add some harissa. So we made a harissa paste earlier. All harissa is some roasted peppers. Usually a little spice in there. In this case, we use some Fresno chilies just because of their color, some garlic, shallot, basil, and mint. And we folded that in right as we were blitzing it up. And another little trick to that is some caraway seeds. Come out real nice. And I'm just gonna move this guy. There we go. And some pink peppercorn. Just took about 30 minutes to grind up this little bit. You think I'm kidding? Boom. All right, let's get some. This is a garlic aioli that we made. So now we're just gonna add a few more things to give the eye a little different direction throughout the plate, draw it to some different areas. And we've got just a little spice mixture here. And let's add some greenery. Peas and carrots are great friends. So let's see how they look on the plate together. We've got some nice pea vines here. And that's it. We're just gonna leave it there. This was just an exercise in having fun on the plate. No rhyme or reason, no contrived rules or anything, just free form, see what happens. And this is peas and carrots on a plate. Enjoy. All right guys, thanks for staying tuned today. I hope you had some fun with it. We took the rolls, crumbled them up, threw it out the window, and just had a blast with it. So we did our halibut dish with spring vegetables and our play on peas and carrots here. Take this to your next dinner party, your next cooking class with your friends, have a glass of wine and enjoy.